Welcome to Crypto 101, a first principles jargon-free course on blockchain and its impact on financial services. In this final lesson, we will conclude with some thoughts on what we have learned in this course. We can categorize our learnings into three broad levels. At the base is the blockchain platform. Then, come crypto tokens, which store economic value within the platforms. Finally, there are decentralized finance applications which allow people to engage in financial transactions using the crypto tokens. In this course, we covered the two major platforms, Bitcoin and Ethereum. We also learned about Layer 2 solutions, which make these platforms more scalable. The examples we covered were Lightning Network and Polygon. We then learned about four categories of crypto tokens. These were cryptocurrencies, ownership tokens, asset-backed tokens, and utility tokens. Finally, we learned about decentralized apps. We deep dived on two DeFi apps: Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, and Compound, which is a lending platform. We will conclude this course with attempting to answer the big question: why use blockchain technology at all? Blockchain allows individuals and entities who are not part of the same organization to transact trustlessly with each other without the need for a central party. Blockchain allows trustless transactions at scale. Next, we will explore why this matters. Consider a credit card holder, Alice, who buys a product from a third-party seller, Bob, on Amazon. Next, we will review the trust issues in this transaction. Alice does not trust that the merchant will ship goods after she makes the payment. The merchant does not trust that Alice's credit card has availability. Alice does not trust that her credit card information is safe. In this transaction, three central parties are acting as gatekeepers, promoting trust, so that the transaction can occur. First, there is Amazon. Alice trusts that Amazon would not allow a fraudulent merchant on its website. Further, Amazon makes the consumer ratings and reviews of the merchant public. Second, there is a card network like Visa or MasterCard. The card network sends an authorization message requesting the credit card issuing bank to validate that Alice has sufficient limit. Third, the credit card issuing bank is assuming liability for Alice's payment. The reliance on central parties reduces the number of counterparties one can engage in commerce with. For instance, before companies like Square and Stripe emerged, small merchants had to forego sales because they could not get access to card networks like Visa and MasterCard. Similarly, many small mom-and-pop merchants do not have the ability to list their goods on Amazon. Blockchain technology promotes trust in three ways. 1. It relies on algorithms that which either prevent people from misbehaving or creates financial punishment mechanisms that deter misbehavior. Consensus mechanisms like proof of work and proof of stake are examples of this. Smart contracts are another example. Second, it relies on decentralization by allowing any number of entities to join the platform, thus making collusion difficult. Third, it uses independent record keeping by the decentralized entities. Alice finds a product she really likes on Bob's website. Bob is a small merchant who cannot afford to list on Amazon. Alice locks money into a smart contract. Money will be transferred to Bob if the following conditions are met. First, a FedEx tracking ID is recorded in the FedEx system for pickup. Second, the return label accompanying Bob's package has not been scanned into the FedEx system for 7 days. This means that Alice has not returned the goods to Bob. Blockchain can expand all types of commerce, both domestic and global, by making trust between counterparties unnecessary. In the decentralized finance example, we saw that lenders on Compound can be confident that they will get their money back because collateral can be seized algorithmically. The limitation of blockchain technology arises from the high cost of decentralization. Three broad approaches have been used to reduce cost of decentralization. First, reduce the transactional volume that is flowing through the decentralized blockchain. An example of this is Lightning Network. Second, create a less decentralized blockchain containing fewer nodes that can interface with the decentralized blockchain when desired by the end user. An example of this is Polygon. Third, use permission blockchains where decentralization is restricted to trusted parties. An example of this is Ripple. Not every use case requires open access to untrusted parties. For instance, a group of banks across the world can come together on a blockchain. Congratulations on completing the Crypto 101 course.